Well, hello again. Welcome back to Sowing the Bourbon. I'm Glenn. This is Charlie. Charlie, why don't you tell the good folks what we have in store for them today?
Tonight we have another offering from Hard Truth Distillery here in Indiana. Their Sweet Mash 4-grain.
Bottled in bond. Also, we have some information on a giveaway that you do not want to miss, so you want to stick around to the end.
To the very end.
So you can find out all about it.
In it to win it.
Okay, Hard Truth, 4-grain, bottled in bond, sweet mash. This is episode 3 in our Hard Truth series. I'm kind of excited about this one. We've had some good 4-grains lately, right?
We have. 4-grains are kind of making a comeback. I feel like 4-grains are having the resurrection that bottled in bonds had 5, 6, 7 years ago. Because at one point, there weren't a lot of bottled in bonds in the market, and then people are like, hey, we can bring that back. And Hard Truth is like, well, let's do bottled in bond and 4-grain. Yeah,
and I was looking at the mash bill, and I feel like it's a little bit different of a 4-grain mash bill because it's still very high corn. 78% corn, only 9% rye, 9% wheat, and 4% malted barley. So
run through that one more time for the folks at home. Unique mash bill. Stay tuned here.
78% corn, 9% rye, 4% malted barley, 9% wheat. Almost forgot the wheat.
Yeah, that's a really unique mash bill because it's incredibly high corn with a spattering of the others. Bottled in bond, so it's 100 proof. It's at least 4 years old. And this is one of the things I love about Hard Truth is the transparency. This small batch bourbon is 28 barrels, and it says it on the label.
Yeah, blend of 28 on all their small batches are 30 barrels or less. This is 28. This is $54.99. Once again, very affordable, new release. Kind of looking forward to it.
I am as well. And if you haven't watched the first 2 episodes, the Sweet Mash Bourbon and the Wheated Bourbon, bottled in bond, you need to go back and watch those. Really excited for this one. Shall we?
We shall.
Get into it. Also,
Charlie's letting me use his fancy crystal Glencairn.
Don't drop it. We didn't really talk about it on the last episode, but I do want to bring it up again. Maybe one of the best bottles in the business. I mean, just gorgeous. The actual real exposed cork, just all the transparency, all the information you want, this raised lettering on the back. It's a gorgeous bottle. And at $54.99, it makes a great gift because, like, let's just be honest, the bottle and the story sells the bottle. So.
And I feel like it's a very manly bottle design, not to offend any women out there, but if you kind of look at it's kind of like it reminds you of a broad-shouldered guy, you know, like
it's got some heft to it. Yeah, it's not dainty. So,
would you say it's hard?
Sure. Yes. So, bringing us back to planet Earth, I will say that this one has.
This looks like tea.
It does. This one has more. So, interesting thing. All of the Hard Truths we've had have kind of an orange hue to them, like almost a tangerine. This one is not as dark as the Wheated mash bill. I would say it's pretty similar. It's somewhat honey colored, like an orange honey, but they all put a crazy ring around the glass.
Yeah, I will say mine looks a little bit different in this glass because of the etching. It's a little bit lighter, I think, than yours looks.
They're pretty light.
Yeah.
I mean,
to me, it just reminds me of tea, iced tea.
Yeah, it does have kind of an iced tea color. Oh my gosh. It's it's caramel. It's just caramel.
Yeah.
There is nothing else but caramel.
So I will argue with you a little bit on that. I still get a lot of fruit. A lot of light fruit on the nose.
Maybe the best nose that I've ever. I love caramel. Oh my gosh.
This one.
That is amazing.
I get it. This one I feel like is a little bit more malty on the nose, but it's only 4%.
I do get a little bit more grain, but the caramel, it's so awesome. It almost noses like a finished bourbon.
You think?
Unless I'm having a stroke, Like it's just sweet caramel. It's an unbelievable nose. Maybe my favorite nose of the year.
Really?
I want to live in that. I'm not joking. That is incredible.
Well,
I cannot wait to taste
taste
this.
it.
Cheers.
That is so much different than the first two offerings.
It is
So much different.
so much different. Oh man.
There's a little bit of cinnamon there that I didn't get on either of the first two.
Keep going. Yeah.
The
Cinnamon.
caramel falls
Yep.
through on the palate.
Yep. Like
Uh,
it's like a candy bar, like a cinnamon caramel candy bar. It's so good, and you get a nice pepper. It's got the black pepper that the weeded mash bill had, which why weeded is peppery, I'll never know, but I'm not complaining. If that's the new wheat, if that's
Right.
Indiana wheat, I'm here for it. And then you get a nice, real dark chocolate and a little bit of oakiness. I feel like this is definitely more oaky on the finish than the previous two.
you think?
I do.
I think the weeded bourbon had a decent amount of oak on it. I don't know if this is more oaky than that to me. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it is my favorite of the three, I believe.
It it is not only my favorite of the three. It may be my favorite thing I have had this year.
Wow. Really?
Mid-March.
Okay.
I love everything about that. It is caramel on the nose. It is sweet and peppery. And now on my second, third drink, that semi-sweet chocolate, and I'm getting a lot more oakiness, but it's almost, it's gonna sound weird, like a creeping oakiness. Like the finish just kind of starts and it kind of just goes real.
Funny you say that, because I was just thinking while you were talking that my tongue is starting to feel numb.
Dry up. It's drying.
Like numb.
Yeah, it's like drying up. That is so unique and so good. I'm really
do you want a minute? Do you want a couple minutes
I
alone
want the
with
bottle. Like I love this.
it? It's pretty good.
And
Once again, $54.99.
I
Bottled in
am.
bond.
If you've watched our episodes, and we hope you do and have subscribed, I am an absolute honk for small craft distilleries. This bottle is why. Because every once in a blue moon, you find something that is pure magic. And that, to me, it may not be to you, and that's fine. That, to me, is pure magic. This is why we do the channel. This is why I drink bourbon, stuff like that.
You know, I think I'm becoming a big fan of 4 grains. Because I just find, especially recently in this one, they're just so much more well-rounded. I don't know what it is about the 4 grains
It's
kind of
science.
mixing together and balancing out, but I just feel like they're so much more well-rounded.
You know what I say? It's hard not to be romantic about bourbon.
It is hard not to be romantic about bourbon.
Catchphrase not to be used without the written consent of someone in Bourbon Enterprises.
So I want to do something we rarely, actually never do.
Oh no.
A lot of times when we're doing research for these episodes, I'll get on the distiller's website and they'll have their own notes, their nose and the palate and finish. They have their own tasting notes. We try not to look at those. We never print them off because we don't want it to taint.
I never look at them.
Yeah, and we don't want to come up with something that we don't truly taste. So I did print them off today, and I'm going to unfold the paper there, and I want to see if we picked up on
Okay, I'm not
any of these
looking.
notes.
I'm not looking. You read what the nose is.
So nose is butterscotch and vanilla.
Caramel, butterscotch, same sort of difference, but yeah. I don't get a ton of vanilla.
No, I got more caramel than vanilla.
What's the difference between butterscotch and caramel?
That's a good question. I know they both start with butter, right?
I don't know.
Or no?
Same difference.
Sugar and butter? Who
know.
knows? The funny thing is, as we're talking about this, now I'll taste the butterscotch.
The brain is a powerful motivator.
Which it could be, is it influencing me, or is it just, oh yeah, that's what butterscotch tastes like? Yes, there is butterscotch.
I don't care what they say, I just know that I like it. What's next?
Palate. Honeycrisp apple, butterscotch, tobacco, and oak. I don't know if I got the tobacco.
I would say like a really dark chocolate. I could see where they get tobacco, or where someone would say tobacco on the finish, because as it's kind of drying, there is that. I
don't really get that.
Fine.
Honeycrisp apple, yeah, a little bit. I got that more on the first two.
Yeah. Either way, this is a really good, like, bottled in bond, $55, 28 barrel batch.
It's really good.
It's great, and a 4-grain.
Yeah.
Like, where are you getting that? Like, Hard Truth, Salute, excellent work, and this is all their distillate, and this is all Indiana.
Grain to glass.
Yep, grain to glass,
raised.
Indiana grains. This is well executed, perfectly executed. Love everything about it.
And many times we see these small distillers, craft distillers, their prices are pretty steep a lot of times, right?
Well,
because it costs more to do it that way, right?
The bourbon economy,
Right.
I mean, you have to be able to pay for everything, and we touch on it. When you see a bottle that you really love, that bottle costs money. A simple wine bottle is cheaper, and simple labels are cheaper, but
I feel like they've done a great job of keeping the price of these bottles down.
I 100% agree. I think that is an absolute steal of a deal for that particular batch. I will absolutely be buying a bottle or 2 or 3 for a backup, because there's only so many of them. Right? So love everything about it. Should we rate it?
Let's do it.
You go first.
Okay. I'm going to go 7.5.
He's wrong. It's an 8.125. It's an
Whoa.
8.125.
Wow,
It may be my favorite thing that I have drank this year so far. I love.
That's saying a lot. He drinks a lot.
I taste a lot. I don't drink a lot. I love everything about that. I think it is a crazy intense nose. It's not the most overly complex thing in the world, but it gives you what you want, or at least me, when I'm drinking bourbon. That's what I want. It's an 8.25. I love it.
I'm not going to argue.
I love it. You know what we should do?
What should we do?
We should reward the people who have watched us stumble through 15 minutes of gushing over Hard Truth with a giveaway.
You know what, Charlie? I don't disagree. We should. Why don't you bring that bottle up?
Let's give away.
This is Old Forester 117 series, their newest release. This is the High Angel Share bottle that you can only get if you book a tour at the distillery right now up until March 20th.
Or you just follow So Into Bourbon and we're going to give you a bottle.
That's right. Subscribe to the
YouTube.
Struggling here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then shoot us an email at sointobourbon@gmail.com. Put Angel in the subject line. We'll get you signed up for the giveaway. If you're already subscribed, that's fine. You're just one step ahead of everyone else. Make sure you shoot us the email.
Yeah, and keep watching on YouTube, because we're going to post mysteriously when this giveaway will happen. And we're not telling any of our socials. So Into Bourbon on Instagram, not going to find out about this. Whiskey Realtor on TikTok, So Into Bourbon on Facebook. It's not where we're posting it. It's only here on YouTube for our devoted YouTubers.
You must be 21 to enter and to
you
win.
gotta be 21. If you're not 21,
You shouldn't be watching
this.
If you're not 21.
Go,
what are you doing? Go to bed,
Go
kid.
to bed. Unbelievable.
Gosh,
Glenn, tell
kids
the people.
these days.
That's ridiculous. Tell the people what to do.
What you gotta do is keep your wallets loose.
And your bungholes tight. Good night, everybody.
Peace out.
Love you, Hard Truth.
I've created a monster.
I've created a monster, but nobody wants to see monsters anymore. They want Shady. That's chopped liver.
Fancy crystal. Glencairn.
These bottles drip everywhere, which I love.
Want a paper towel?
Look at, no. Bro, that's ridiculous.
Huh?
No.
Somebody's got to do it.
Might as well.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. You know what?
Why are you always bragging?
I'll let you enjoy
No,
it today.
no.
Oh, I want you to feel the weight of it. Don't drop it.
Oh, shut up.
Friends at Middle West.
Starting to smell the empty glass. It's like muscle memory now.
Yeah. Oh, yes, amazing color.
It's a little cascade.
Oh, is that gosh dang it. Get out of my brain. Is that afterwash? Hard Truth, 4 grain, sweet mash. Action. Nope. Take it back. Action.